Shalom. Call halal Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushua Ba'ashim Rakal Kodash. Double honors to the elder apostles of GMS, including the elders that came before them, that taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that pushing word in truth and in sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, the brother Yashuan, with a quick lesson. All right, and this is going into what today is all about. All right, so we'll start right here, Jeremiah 10 and 1. Hear ye the word which the Lord speaketh unto you, O house of Israel. Thus saith the Lord power, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. Okay, then it goes into Christmas, right, which we're not really dealing with, but that goes into, the worship of Nimrod, really, the tree, okay, the Yule log, right, and things of that sort, okay. The tree represents an idol. The Yule log represents an idol, which they're actually praying to. Okay, they're praying to their gods, their idols, their wicked imaginations. It goes into witchcraft. All right, so there's that. Let's get this real quick. Stand there. So Isaiah 47 and 12. Okay. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so be, thou shalt be able to profit. If so be, thou mayest prevail. And this is what they're doing. And today is one of those days. Okay, so let's go here. So I typed in, what did I type? I typed in solstice and witchcraft. And this is what came up. Because today is the winter solstice, first of all. I typed in solstice and witchcraft. And over here on this little thing, wheel of the year, right? December 31st and the 1st is called Samhain. All right, we could go into that and find out what that means. Today, or yesterday through the 23rd, is Yule. All right, as in Yule log. All right, we'll read this real quick. Wheel of the Year is an annual cycle of seasonal festivals observed by many modern pagans. Right, and we know what pagans is. All right, that's all I want on that. Paganism of the sea. Differing sects of modern paganism also vary regarding the precise timing of each celebration. Okay, it's all witchcraft is what it is, based on distinctions such as lunar phase and geographical hemisphere. All right, so anyway, let's jump down here. We'll jump down here to winter solstice Yule, which is today. All right, and let's skip all of this and jump straight to this. Practices. Practices vary, but sacrifice offerings, feastings, and gift giving are common elements of the midwinter festivities. All right. Bringing sprigs of wreaths of evergreenery into the home and tree decorating are also common during this time. So this this custom of Christmas goes back to the winter solstice, right? And something other than celebrating the birth of Yahweh Shai Mashiach, okay? And that's what I'm getting at. And then, I mean, on every solstice, they have something different. Samhain, which is Halloween, on its face is wicked, right? We just got done with that. But today, all right, is the first day of winter, okay? Now, with that being said, why is this guy, all right, this is WION channel, December 21st, which is today, the winter solstice, U.S. President Joe Biden to address the nation on that surge. All right, latest world English news. All right, so why did they pick today? All right, why did they pick today for him to come out and say, you Israelites are going to die? This is a ritual. All right, and this is the celebration of the ritual. This is the officiation, if you will, as in inauguration. Okay, when you want to bring in the new so-called president after that, after the election and counting of the votes, the whole ceremony, then you have the ceremony of inauguration, which is a witch ceremony. Well, that's what this is on this day. Don't be fooled. All right, December 21 is the first day of the dark winter. So this guy's going to come out and he's going to tell you what he's going to do to you darkies, all right, on the first day of winter. Now, before we do that, real quick, let me get this. Pray that your flight be not. Okay, let's get that. Why dark winter? Okay, well, the Most High is telling us exactly what's going on. All right, what is it, 20? Let's see, right here. Let's start at 16. This is Matthew 24:16. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains. Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house, neither let him which is in the field return back to take his clothes. And woe to them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days. Now pay close attention to this. But pray ye that your flight be not in the dark, not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then, for when? Winter. For then shall be great tribulation. For when? Most High is telling us something. Jacob's trouble, the great tribulation in earnest, starts when? Today. This is the winter solstice. Why is this guy coming out announcing your death? Okay? This dude knows when to attack us. This is what this is saying. The devil knows when to attack us. When? When it's cold outside and on the Sabbath day. Because he knows the Jakes ain't doing nothing. On the Sabbath, it's a day of rest. Here he comes. What's today? First day of the dark winter. For then shall be great tribulation. When? In the winter. Such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. That is talking about Jacob's trouble. It's official. They're officially announcing Jacob's trouble today. Let's listen.
America is staring at a bleak holiday season as the new Omicron variant has upended lives with its aggressive transmission. It's accounted for 73.2% of new cases over the past week. Hospitals are getting busy, testing centres are witnessing long queues, and sports and entertainment events are being cancelled. America's top pandemic advisor, Dr. Anthony Fauci, has warned of a bleak winter ahead. The Omicron strain has raised alarm because of its number of mutations, more than prior variants had. Early data suggests it could be more infectious and possibly have higher resistance to vaccines, but Dr. Fauci believes the variant is unlikely to be more severe.
The world has been shocked by the appearance of a variant that is even more transmissible than the very troublesome Delta variant. First isolated in southern Africa, it is now dominating in Africa, has taken over in England, and right now, as I speak to you, in the United States, more and more of the isolates that are being identified and sequenced are of Omicron.
At this moment of urgency, the President of the United States will address the nation to lay out his plans to tackle rising infection rates during the upcoming festive season. Ahead of his address, the White House has released a detailed action plan to curb the Omicron spread, building on the winter strategy outlined.
The what? The what strategy? Just that, just the word. They forgot to put Drak Winter strategy.
To curb the Omicron spread, building on the winter strategy outlined earlier this month.
Earlier this month? What strategy is that? Outlined. What did they outline? What did they say? They put up these memes, right? I'm looking for it right now on the phone. And it says, oh, Salakia, bear with me. I don't know if I could bring it up, but this is what this devil said earlier. Salakia. Okay, here it is. This is from the White House, whitehouse.gov. It says, we are intent on not letting the O word disrupt work and school for the juiced. You've done the right thing, and we will get through this. Then it says this, for the unjuiced, you are looking at a winter of severe illness and death for yourselves, your families, and the hospitals you may soon overwhelm. That's the outline, okay, that she's speaking of right here. Now, when this guy makes his address today, see this presidential address on this today, all right, on the winter solstice, on the dark winter solstice, this is nothing less than a ceremony, all right? Opening day of hunting you niggas down, right? And doing whatever's necessary to to put you down. Now listen to her again. She's going to say the outline. I just read the outline. Let me read it again real quick. The main part. It says, for the unjuiced, you're looking at a winter of severe illness and death for yourselves, your families, and the hospitals you may soon overwhelm. You know he's going to say that again today in this so-called address, all right, which is nothing less than the ceremony, all right, the ceremony of what? Announcing the sacrifice. This is a major sacrifice, blood sacrifice, if you will. They're coming after us.
his plans to tackle rising infection rates during the upcoming festive season. Ahead of his address, the White House has released a detailed action plan to curb the Omicron spread, building on the winter strategy outlined.
The winter strategy, I just read it. It's a straight up death threat. It's a straight up rumor of war. Okay, which goes into threats. That word rumor goes into threats. It goes into reports. Well, he's reporting on what their action plan is. The winter strategy, the dark winter strategy. All right. It says, for the unjuiced, you're looking at a winter of severe illness and death for yourselves. This is the outline. And death for yourselves, your family, and the hospitals you may soon overwhelm. All right, now let's.
Action plan to curb the Omicron spread, building on the winter strategy outlined earlier this month. President Biden aims to ramp up the supply of rapid tests by distributing 500 million free COVID-19 test kits, increasing support to hospitals and deploying military personnel across the country, as well as expanding vaccination capacity. President Biden is expected to reassure Americans that the administration is prepared for rising case levels, and he'll issue a stark warning to unvaccinated individuals.
A stark warning. Death for you, your families, all right? That's the stark warning.
The White House has already ruled out any plans of a lockdown, though, or tougher restrictions in this upcoming speech.
That's a lie. You know they're about to lock this place down.
This is not a speech about locking the country down. This is a speech outlining and being direct and clear with the American people.
And especially if you haven't taken the juice yet, we're going to put you to death, you and your family.
The benefits of being vaccinated, the steps we're going to take to increase access and to increase testing, and the risks posed to unvaccinated individuals.
Which is death to you and your family. That's the risk. You're taking a risk. If you don't get this thing, we can put you and your family to death.
Our correspondent, Susan Taurani, is joining us live from New York now. Susan, just how quickly is the Omicron variant spreading across the United States?
Very quickly, it has become the dominant variant, perhaps faster than any variant that we have known. The headline came in as a shock, perhaps faster than expected yesterday, and the president will be speaking about that today. And while it is more transmissible, doctors and scientists are saying that the symptoms are milder here in New York. There are testing sites across the city, and despite the number of testing sites, long lines circling around blocks, individuals waiting for hours at a time, and retailers.
Can we see them long lines? Can we see them long lines circling around blocks?
Reporting that they're really running out of at-home test kits and or running very low, really signifying that perhaps people saying that either themselves or anyone that they know has COVID right now, whether or not it's this new variant or not, but it just signifies that how rapidly it's really spreading.
It's rapidly spreading on the mainstream media.
Well, Susan, here in the UK, Prime Minister Boris Johnson hasn't made any moves to impose a lockdown over Christmas, just yet at least. And President Biden sounds like he won't be doing that either. So what's the reasoning behind that?
So, what's interesting is his mandates until now has dropped his poll numbers very low on the one hand. On the other hand, states have the authority to impose mandates on their own here in the United States. So governors and mayors can impose lockdowns. This morning, there were some murmurs about what to do about schools here in New York. There has been a number of shutdowns in New York City, from Broadway shows to Christmas spectaculars, or even some restaurants. And
wait a minute. Didn't you just say that they don't plan on locking it down? And New York is just locking down and mandating and doing all sorts of shit? Okay. Did you say for the holiday season? So January 1st, the end of the holiday season, it's on and cracking, right?
Businesses themselves have taken upon themselves to be safe than sorry. So states have the authority here in the United States to impose those lockdowns on their own, and whether or not they decide to do that or not is yet to be seen. Again, when President Biden, every time he does impose mandates like that, they haven't been so popular. So I don't know whether or not it's political or not, but I think that at this point it might really have a backlash if he goes ahead and does that when governors and mayors have the authority to do that if they deem necessary.
Susan Taurani in New
Okay, there it is. All right, there's one other little piece I want, because this is just the beginning. When you take everything into account that's going on, right? Not just this. Everything's jumping off right now. All right? They're throwing everything they got. Right? Why? Let's get that real quick. That's easy. Revelation 12 and 12. Therefore, rejoice ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea. For the devil is come down unto you having great wrath. Why? Why is he coming down? Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. Now let's watch this. And your boy Pedro V is going to break it down. Okay, so this is a commercial. This is Pedro V channel today. This is getting out of control. All right? 2022 will be one hell of a year. All right? Let's watch what this guy has to say. He's going to put a montage.
Hey guys, Pedro V here. Now another quick video, but this one I want to talk about the V and this headline. It says here, most of the world's V likely won't prevent infection. So a lot of talks, a lot of arguments, everything is coming down to this fight against people, against each other, family, friends. Of course, we've seen the separations. They're even thinking that there will be a civil war occurring. And maybe not just because of this stuff, but because of everything going on and everything taking place.
Everything is the perfect storm. Now we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua that it's the Most High bringing his movie into the good part, right? And just to have that information and be able to, be instructed on how to get out of this thing, that's the glorious part, right? But everything is culminating, if you will. So.
All happening all at once, folks. Like I said in my last video, they're attacking from every angle. It is a spiritual warfare. Now, I'm not here to change your mind or argue, but give my speculation and be open-minded. Try to connect the dots, put things together, see things for the bigger picture, trust your gut feeling on things going on, decisions, everything that's being placed on us. Because there's fights going on right now and everything taking place. So there's a lot to come, and this is only the beginning. So I feel 2022 is going to be huge, because there was even a headline with Bill Gates in 2022, and I'm thinking, what do they actually have in store to even come to that conclusion? What will they even do? Because they're taking steps and they're going ahead with agendas. So there's a lot to come. So like I said too in my previous video, we must remain vigilant. We must stand firm in our faith. We must unite, come together, help each other, and keep continuing this fight. So I have much love for each and every one of you out there to keep pushing, to keep going. We need to strive. As badly as they want to destroy us, we must want to expose and destroy this evil too. So you guys let me know what you think about all of this stuff. and I will make a more detailed video, possibly upload it on another platform.
All right, so that's how we do. You see how he's being all coded in what he's saying. All right, so with that, we'll go ahead and get a couple of close out. This is cause. Daniel, the 8th chapter. All right. Let's go to 24 here. Start at 24. Wow. Start right here, 23. And in the latter time, that's in the last days, of their kingdom, Esau's kingdom, right? When the transgressors are come to the full, hey, here we are, a king of fierce countenance and understanding what? What winter? Understanding dark sentences shall stand up, right? And his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully. This dude been destroying since that crime bill, right? And shall prosper and practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. The crime bill. And through his policy also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. What's this word craft? Okay. Lies, deception, witchcraft. Okay. And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace he shall destroy many. Well, I'm trying to save you. Just take this thing. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. All right. So we see this devil. All right. And that craft is strong today. All right. What's today? The first day of winter. All right. So with that, we're going to say, look, stand strong. That thing begins today. Let's get this on the way. What begins today? Pedro just said it. Let's get Jeremiah 30. Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. But here's the good part. But he, the 144 and the 1/3, shall be saved out of it. All right, so with that, we hope that the elect are edified. Stand strong, brethren. It's about to get tough and tight out here. The devil is coming down with great wrath. All right, so with that, we just say shalom.